Double KMG. Aight. Yeah. Aight. What's up? Welcome. How everybody doing today? This is Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Hump day, the middle of the week right here. And this is Every Second with Cluren Williams. Thank y'all so much for having me. And thank you so much for being here. Shout out to my production team. Shout out to my guests. Shout out to my sponsors, UPC, and everybody involved. I got a brilliant brother right here that's going to come on today, man. He's going to kick some knowledge, man. And I want to make sure that I introduce him right. So, Ted, go on, bring him in here right now, man, because we're going to roll through this show with him. I want him on here all this whole time.
Let's do it.
All right. Go. There you go. Oh, there you go. There you go. I got my boy Bryson, though. There. He didn't play. He had a storm. He had a storm going on. So, look, this is what I'm going to do. Since y'all both back in here right now, and we kicking off, we had all these technical difficulties and all this other mess going on right now. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to introduce y'all damn self, man. Brian Williams show, man. What's the deal, baby?
Hey,
no
what's
doubt,
going
man.
on,
Well,
bro?
you know, it's your boy, man. It's Bryson, straight from the city, man. Austin. You know what I mean? Been putting it down out there for a long time. I do stand-up, so I'm a comedian. You know what I mean? But y'all might know me just from the city, man. Just, you know what I mean? Born and raised in Austin, dog. East side. So, you know, we've been around. We've been around, dog. From Lanier to LBJ to Dobie to Walnut Creek to Barrington to, you feel me? To all up down the road, man.
Yeah. So special thanks to Bryson Brown, man. He is doing big things. He big shout out, much love for making the show, man. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you gave me some of your time. And now introduce yourself, Victor, man. So we want to know who you are too, brother.
Hey, what's going on, man? Cluren, I greatly appreciate you having me on here, bro. It's my name is Victor Vinziant. I am a published author, a veteran, a real estate investor, vice president of operations for UPC in the Cluren area. Man, you name it. I'm aiming at being a public speaker. I am a public speaker. I'm just waiting on the public to find out. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
I like that.
Okay,
I like that.
fellas, we're going to get ready to kick it and go right all the way into it, man, and roll through some of these things. Now, I need to know, man, Bryson, first, I'm going to go to you, man. Do you got any special events coming up, man, anytime soon? I know that you was here in Austin, man, doing some stand-up with Bruce and on tour and everything, man. When can the people next time catch you, man, doing your thing, man? We want to know when we can catch you and run into you, brother.
Man, so right now, we gonna be at Antone's, downtown Antone's, man. That's right there on 5th. I think it's 5th and Nietzsche's or something like that, right up in that area, man. Antone's October 8th. That's a Thursday night, October 8th, man. Putting it down out there with a couple guys, man. My boy Jeff Shelley. He heavy on Instagram right now. He got a lot of characters. He gonna be headlining. I'm hosting. And then we gonna have some more Austin comics on there, man. My boy Kid Jones. My boy Tank, you know, they do music, man. LNS, that's they little click. That I won't say little click, but that's they click. You feel me? And they doing and they putting it on, dog. So yeah, you know, nigga get mad when you say love. You know what I mean? So you know, I'm from Austin though, so that's what we say. Hey, love, we say love everything, but don't some people don't be knowing.
All right. So we also, man, like to always give positive message, man, to our viewers, man, and our people out there, man, that's rocking with us tough. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you a personal question, Bryson. What do you take day by day, man, to keep you pushing, keep you thriving, rolling, man, and going with the punches, man? What kind of positive message can you kick out, man, to others that you use every day on a day-to-day basis, bro?
Man, so you know, right now I'm heavy trying to get my Instagram thing up, you know what I mean, with these videos. So I noticed for me, and then whoever creative doing videos, you know what I mean, don't focus so much on the numbers. I gotta tell myself that all the time. You know, we post something, we want that thing to go 100 million, you know what I mean, thousands of views right out the bat, but sometimes we gotta let that thing cook. And that's what I'm telling myself, dog. You know what I mean? It's a slow grind. This shit like a roast. You feel what I'm saying? You put that thing on and let it sit for a couple hours. And then when people eat on it, niggas gonna get full. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just putting stuff out, man, and not really paying attention to the numbers. Just continue to be consistent with what I'm doing. You feel me? With the movement.
Already. So what about your businesses? Are you stepping out into any other business into, you know what I'm saying, is you trying, different types of businesses and stuff like that, man? Because we promote black business here. We all
Yeah.
about black business. And so we would like to know if you got any other type of businesses rolling outside of the comedy.
Well, me personally, I mean, right now it's just the stand up and then the merch that I have on the side of the stand up, but everything is pretty much tied into the comedy. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the merch, it's the comedy. I got the comedy albums that's out. So everything I do is pretty much tied into the comedy, bro. So I ain't really too much stressed out on no outside businesses. You know what I mean? But shit, motherfucker invest in something. Nigga got something going on. If it sound good, then we definitely throw some bread in or whatever.
Already. Okay, so uh also, man, you doing comedy, you know what I'm saying? One thing I always like to do is enjoy comedy and laughing and getting all this other aggression out by laughter, man. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go on and throw you on the spot, man. We want to hear a joke or something, bro. Come on, man. We want to hear something, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it?
Man, nigga, Joe. Ooh, Lord,
What's
nigga,
up,
you
man?
got
Do
me.
you
You got
got
me
a
doing.
joke? Do you got a throwback joke, a
You
knock
got me
knock
doing.
joke,
You got me
nigga?
doing a
Can
Zoom
you
show,
give
nigga.
me a your mama so fat joke, something, man? What's up, baby? Give me
Man,
something.
Cluren, you been knowing me since a youngster, man. I just be talking. I just be talking shit on that mic, dog. I don't really got no
Yeah.
jokes, my nigga. This shit just be real
Ah,
life, bro. So when you come see me, man, you ain't really seeing nothing written. You know
that's
what I
all.
mean? You just like how a nigga feel at the moment, dog. Right?
Yeah,
Right
that's
now,
real
we had a little
shit.
storm. The power was off. You know what I mean? So nigga, we was in that bitch trying to figure out what we were gonna eat on if this shit wasn't getting cut back on. Probably gonna be some hot dogs. You know what I mean? Put the
That's
little
what's
light up under the hot dog, cool it off. You know what I mean? Do like this side to side to the hot dog get hot.
yeah,
Thug shit.
yeah. Yeah, but I do want to make sure, man, people go out there and support you, man. I think you're an amazing guy, man. Very funny guy, but outside of being funny, man, I think you're an amazing guy, man. And we support you, man. I want to support you, man. I've been through a lot of stuff these last few years trying to get back on
Yeah,
track, man. And
yeah.
right now, man, actually right now, my police brutality story of the week is still with my brother. We actually going to trial right now. And
I
one thing
seen.
I know is you reached out to me, man. The initial time when my brother was shot, you never strayed away from showing your support and showing your love. So I want to give you a shout out, man, for that too, man. You always been there from day one, man. And justice for Lawrence Parrish. We're going through a 7-day trial right now, man. And
Okay.
I can't give everybody a lot of details about the trial as far as what's going on, but I can tell you the feeling, man. And it's a lot of bunch of bull crap. It's a lot of
Yeah.
bunch of lying and bickering, you know what I'm saying? And I would have assumed that we could allow more community presence in the courtroom and getting that good feeling of letting everybody know how much
They
we
ain't gonna
love
let it happen.
Lawrence Parrish, you know what I'm saying? But this is in federal court. The judge is an old hag. He has, the ability to shut that down, or make it
Yeah.
look bad on the case. But the facts still remain. A lot of people are interested and a lot of people are worried about what's going on. And we need to see the outcome of some type of justice. All 4 of these officers that shot Lawrence Parrish, man, over 12 times in his house alone, which is my brother, none of them went through a disciplinary ever.
Give them the
So they
background.
continue to make $80,000 a year
Yeah.
for the last 4 years. They come into the courtroom dressed in nice suits. They come in with these smirks on their face as if they are part of the system, and so they have the right to do whatever the hell they want. They could care less. I see officers step on the stand and they laugh and they giggle, making jokes about shooting people close range or long range, as if this was just some type of mistake that everybody need to get over, while my brother is going in testifying and being traumatized and reopening the wounds that has lasted on a 4-year basis, on a continuous basis. And that's a mental trauma, that's a physical trauma, that's a spiritual trauma, that's a lot of
Right.
trauma to a person, you know what I'm saying? So one thing I do like to say though is you always been supportive with us and my family, man, since day one, and I really
Man,
like
you
that.
already know, man. But and you know what? I don't want to cut you off, Jink. Cluren. I call you Jink.
Hey,
I
you
don't
call
want
me
to cut.
GC,
Hey,
whatever.
look, man. But you know what? I gotta salute you though, homie. You feel me? Cause we came up the same way, and I done seen your progression. Real talk, boy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I done seen you used to terrorize boys out here, man. But now you calm and you about your business, bro, and you really trying to push this agenda, fam. And regardless, I don't want to say regardless, but on the side note of your brother, you been trying to push this. You feel me? You ain't jump on this because what happened? Like this something you been doing before this was going on, bro. So I salute you, bro. I seen your progression, bro. I seen your progression, famo. You did, and salute to you, bro. And I'm gonna do whatever you need me to do, family. You just tap in, fundraiser, you know, whatever you need a nigga to do, whatever, man. We gonna put it together, bro. And that real talk.
Already, I appreciate it. So, like I say, man, I got my boy on here, man. I appreciate you giving me some time, man. On this show, man, we talk about a lot of different topics, right, man? We don't have a specific topic, man. This is a every second thing. This is what we into. I'm gonna talk about the Longhorns for a quick second, man, because we ran through the Texas Tech, you know what I'm saying, this past week. But we got Austin Knights at Texas Tech, you know what I'm saying. But shout out to the Longhorns, man. Y'all looking good. We glad y'all took out them scrubs, man, and put in a quarterback, man, of our taste. The truth is, UT, will never see another ring unless you get another black quarterback. Okay, I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but you'll never see nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And actually, matter of fact, when I'm talking about the Longhorns, what's y'all team on here? We can go, you know, how you want to do it one by one.
Longhorns, baby.
I already know, Bryson. So Victor, since you ain't said nothing yet, this is your opportunity to say who you riding with, because we're gonna get more into you and talking about you and what you do. But right now, I need to know who you riding with, because we already talked on the low. But go ahead.
Roll motherfucking Tide. What we talking about?
I can't be, look. You can't be mad at champions.
You can't get mad at none of that.
Yeah,
and I'm from Birmingham. I want to keep this in perspective. I like the way y'all had your little powwow, your little pep rally just then. You know what I'm saying? And y'all come over and get this country ass whooping and get skin up when y'all come to the SEC.
Right,
we about to be in the SEC in a minute.
That's enough. Hold on. Don't do us like that. Hold on now. All we want to know is who you ride with. Hold on.
Hey, I had to go ahead and put it in perspective, because we gonna get there.
Please tell us who you ride with, because he needs to go off. Go ahead and tell us who you ride with. College football.
Texas Longhorns, of course.
Okay. Oh, snap. All right. So,
but look, see, when I grew up, I was a Wolverine fan. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
I was a Michigan Wolverine.
Last time we met.
Yeah.
But look, the Texas Longhorns, man, is always gonna be a little subject on my show. So I don't want nobody to feel no type of way, man. I gotta show my love to the team of my city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but we also do show love to our black authors and the books of the week. And Victor, you are a black author, not just an author, but a man of many trades. And you got some things going on. You teaching brothers how to flip houses. You jumping into real estate. You making money. You doing some big things here. And I'd like you to tell the world about some of these big things you're doing, how you got started. You tell us about these books too, man, because I got your book. Now I'm running through the book right now, and it's re-waking me up, sharpening me up, and getting me back. Oh, there they go.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
There they go.
Hey, so
tell us about them books, brother. Tell us about yourself and them books.
All right, so the first book is called The Code, okay? And it is a blueprint to solidarity among reasonable black people. You know what I'm saying? The intent in that book is to create a soft intro conversation for all of us to hit the right frequency and talk about what's important and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we got a bunch of things that is priority for everybody, but they don't necessarily go in the same order, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is about feelings, or is it about facts? Is it about pet peeve? Is it about policy? You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we confuse where our feelings should be, and we're pointing at the wrong people, you know? So that's what the first book about. The second book is The Business of Me. And I wrote this book because my first book was just an attempt to set conditions for black people to have a reference point on what it looks like to work together. You know what I'm saying? And in order for us to work together, we got to put aside the things that don't fit the priority. You know what I'm saying? It might be important, but ain't necessarily priority because everything can be important, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I already knew I was going to potentially catch some flack for the first book because in our culture, Black people don't like to follow shit that we don't know anything about the author on. So the second book, I put my face on it. The first book, I didn't because I care about a culture change and an ideological change. So I didn't want to have my face associated with it. But like the second time around, you know, when I wrote my book, I put my face on it because once people find out who I am, what I'm about, and they do whatever research they're gonna do, I want to go ahead and get in a personal biography. Basically, it was my preemptive way of telling somebody if they want to disagree with me, just go buy my book. You know what I'm saying? I'm done arguing. Now you got to pay for my opinion. Straight up.
Man, that's crazy, man. Not to cut you off, brother, but we talked already. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no nothing to hide.
Yeah,
But we already pulled real close already, right? And you
absolutely.
made it very clear that we was already brothers. And I just
Yep.
want to let you know and enlighten you on something that I did the exact same thing on my 2 books. I literally left my face off my books because I didn't want people who grew up with me or knew me before, which I would know would not let go of my past and would allow me to grow, right?
Yep.
They would confront me as if I was the same person, not intentionally, but just because that's who they're comfortable with.
That's what they used to.
And so I left my face off my book so that people that hated me, you know, couldn't deny the information, and people that liked me couldn't just receive the information because of me, but because of what it contained, because of what it was. And I see that you did the same thing, and that's just amazing, brother, because that's just another thing that we wind up having in contact, you know, bringing us together. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what's up, man. I appreciate it. Can you let us know, man, where your books at, man? How we can get them, man? We want to grab some of them books. I got me one already.
Man, I can be found on Amazon. I think I put the links up, and you know what I'm saying, production already put it up there. Worst case scenario, I'll put them back in the in the actual, I guess, comment thread so people can see it. I also posted this on my social media as well. So when this video gets recorded, you know what I'm saying, and we get ready to release it again, I'm gonna put all my links and everybody else's links, and we'll just have like a joint page where everybody can find every single thing that we discussed though.
All right. You got any events coming up right now? You know, coming up soon?
We're still waiting on a little bit more feedback on the UPC event center and things of that nature. So, but we got some stuff planned. We just haven't locked it down yet, and I don't want to overshoot anything. But like, I'm the VP operations in the Cluren area. We got great networks with local venues and stuff. We just had a soft opening mixer this past weekend, and I'm glad you came to participate in.
Yeah.
So everybody can get familiar with your face in the spot. Great time. It wasn't that many people there, but the content and the energy of the place, you know, set conditions for people to come in and share, you know, because I feel like we're in a phase where I like to call it a Black Renaissance, man. We having hard conversations, accountability, whether you like it or not, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I couldn't be in a better space for the time that I feel like I can contribute the most. And I really feel like, you know, like in some of the conversations that Cluren and I have had in just the past week or so, I really feel like we're one of the most educated groups of in our generation. You know what I'm saying? With
What's up?
compared with, you know what I'm saying, tech
Yeah.
and experience and a will to see what our culture is supposed to become. We're
Yeah.
really in a space where we can really pick up right where our previous leaders left off and do better. Because we
And I remember what you said, you know, not to cut you off, but I remember
yeah,
what you
go
said
ahead.
earlier when you was like, imagine our parents having the conversations that we're willing to have right now. Like, imagine them sitting down and discussing and fighting for the things that we're willing to fight about right now. Imagine them willing to have the courage to put some of the petty things aside to build like we're willing to build right now. Imagine that. And with me personally and my family, I could imagine if my father wasn't a coward, if he wasn't really a coward, but he
Yeah.
was a coward. And so I couldn't take that, you know, away or give it to him. That's a decision that he made. And
Yo, G.
so I firmly understand and where you're coming from with that. And you know, like I say on this show, man, we like to keep it going, man. We like to keep things rolling because every second we want you guys to get something. We want you to understand something. We want you to receive something, and we want to give you a chance to educate yourself, and get real resources. So I want to move forward to some of the local deaths and man, the news of the week, man. Today, man, there was another
Hold on,
school
Cluren.
shooting.
Hold on, G. I don't want to cut you off, man. I got to slide out. You know, our power just came back on. I got to get my little girl
Already.
some dinner. Yeah. I slid out real quick. Let me
All
get
right.
them. Let me get them in the bed. You know, school tomorrow and all that. So
Already.
make a sandwich or something for the evening. All right, well, I
Hey man,
appreciate
Bryson,
you. I'm
glad
gonna
you
jump back
came
on.
out.
Tap
Bryson,
in
I
with me, bro.
appreciate you,
I
baby.
got to come on and really sit.
All right. Much love, man. My boy, he said he had some things going on, man. The power went out and stuff, so we already knew what was going on with Bryson. But shout out to Bryson, man, coming through. If you ain't seen his stand-up comedy, man, check out his stand-up comedy, man. The boy is a fool. But like I said, man, the news of the week, man, we got another school shooting in Memphis, Tennessee, man. One victim so far in critical condition, man. For some reason, man, these school shooters then just jumped back out there so fast. And in the time of COVID, man, it's just ridiculous. Shout out to Brandon Sanchez, man, my cousin, and everybody else who had lost somebody. Rasha, I seen recently, you lost somebody close to you also. Um, um, I want to give a chance to introduce you also, what you do, what you do so well also, and I won't just go into what you are to me, but I also would like to just give you a chance to introduce yourself, and then if anybody, any guest here has has a death in the low at this time, you know, we all want to send our condolences and our love to the family and our support, man, and let them know, man, this is real, man. We think about these things all the time because we live with these things. So, Rasha, go ahead, man, and introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are.
Hey, so I'm LaRasha Washington. I go by Goddess Queen Just Me 23 on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and what I'm known for with the Goddess Queen is reading tarot cards. So that's something that our people, as far as being Black people, have been outcasted not to do, which is actually something that connects us to our source as far as when it comes to just who we are as individuals. Like Vincent was mentioning earlier, it's not a lot of people that know our background and where we really come from. And if you know where you really come from, then you are not allowing yourself to stay in this matrix that you're in. So what I do is stepping outside of the box as far as when it comes to living in an illusion that we have been made to believe about, since we were kids all the way into who we are now as adults, because of our cultures that we were given and not what our true identity is. So it's a mixture of everything that I do on my channel. On top of that, I marched with you with the George Floyd march back in June of 2020. So we did that together. And on top of that, me and you have been friends. When we first met each other was inside of Midtown sitting next to each other. And you had just got out of prison. So it was just like, it was like, you know how a synchronicity when it comes to, let me close this out. Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Okay, there we go. I was like, I can't even see. All right. So when we met each other off of Midtown, so now as far as when it comes to, how long ago was that?
Oh man, what, about 7 years?
It's been a while. It's been a while. So everything that, as far as when it comes to old Rasha and how y'all mentioned, you don't want to put your face on the books because you don't want people to sit there and thinking about the old you and try to, contradict it with the new you. Fuck all that. It's meant for you to display your face, especially in the time that you are now, especially, and you being a pharaoh. So, as far as when it comes from us being in the club every weekend to going on the streets and trying to pull in people from the community, our life has changed for something that we could never imagine it being. And then on my Goddess Queen Just Me, I started that in 2018. And I end up starting off with 0 subscribers to having over 82,000 subscribers and over 90 million views off of just reading tarot cards, something that they told our people not to touch. So that's something big. And I have clients all across the world, from Europe to Australia to Africa, that have, booked personal readings with me. So it's not, it's like when you have a Pharaoh's awakening, like how you have went through the Pharaoh's awakenings, as far as I went through the Pharaoh's awakening, it's not something that you plan your spiritual awakening to be. I did not plan to be a tarot reader. I did not plan to step outside and be the black sheep and get outcast from my family and friends because they didn't want to, listen to me, or they couldn't even understand what we've been going through, right? To sit there, even because of the brainwashing that our people have been through. So they couldn't even understand what it is that I do, because they have been so tapped to not thinking that it was.
I understand what you do, and I like to let you know I'm gonna give you flowers right now. I appreciate what you do, what you do for me, and what you do, period. Do you got any events coming up? Do you know of or anything like that?
So outside of that, on top of that, I did something that nobody has ever did, is I got approved to run for president in 2024. So they signed my paperwork for that. So I will be campaigning in the beginning of next year to get that going on with Trump and who else? Akon is supposed to be in it, and The Rock. So I'm totally different. Like I said, I already know I'm ISIS. I put on my presidential thing on my thing that I was ISIS.
I'm riding
so
with
they already knew that we was coming, because as far as this awakening, like I told you, I do want to say this, and this changes everything for our people, because again, everything that we have been learned has been manipulated and twisted. They still have documents that they have going on TikTok where there's a Bible that was a 1925 Mason Bible from the Mason Lodge, which has to do with the Freemasons, all them, the Masons, that America was Egypt. And they have the Bibles of this, documents of that. So if that's true, America is the United States and Jamaica and Hades and all that stuff that's going on in Hades. And, they bringing them inside of Texas. So that changes the game. So we would no longer be African. That means that we own everything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm down, all the way down with that. Now I've been looking at this Haitian deportation, man. It's just disgusting. I talked about it on my last show. And it just makes me feel some kind of way. So, we can just roll right into, talking about some politics and talking about local stuff and statewide since then. How do you feel, since you're talking about you being approved for a candidate? How do you feel about politics right now? The world of politics. Have there any type of new rules being passed that's local or state we need to watch out for? Is there something you want to kick us, man, that caught your attention?
So everything is based off of your spiritual awakening. See, this is the thing. All the candidates, as far as when it comes to politics, these are people that have been bloodlines, royalty to be inside, even Obama, right? Oh, the reason why Trump went public and said about Obama's birth certificate and all that stuff, because our black people don't remember his mom's white. That's one thing. She's European. That's totally different than the Caucasians in the United States, right? He also mentioned that his father was African. So that was Trump's way of, Trump was someone that was sly as a fox. Our people didn't understand exactly the value that Trump brought in, because he was laying away and painting the picture of the illusion that they had us in. He was telling you what the Clintons was doing behind with the sex scandals. He was telling you all that stuff. So my thing, as far as with politics, they've been waiting for us sleep pharaohs to wake up. They put out a whole TV series called American Gods back in 2018, where they kicked off a character called Orlando Jones, because he sit there and played a role where he told the truth about the cemeteries, the funerals. You mentioned me and me losing my best friend. Thank you for saying that. But the stuff like that, as far as when it comes to us playing dummy to their system, because again, if we are Egypt, that means our people don't never die.
So what kind of laws have risen or came up that you know of that caught your eye, local or statewide, did you know of that maybe we should watch out for?
The laws, as far as, for example, stop giving up your land so fast. So again, they push that whole thing about with Austin about giving up, signing all this stuff. How can you sign over something that you don't even know what it is? If you are indigenous, that's what it has to start. The laws is just put up there to be dummy. It's a dummy system. If once you know who you are, you abide and you break over all laws that they set, because at that time you got your identity. You are fighting for something deeper than the laws that they got you by. They broke every law by wiping up our identity. So it changes everything. At that time, you took back the keys to everything. And I've been preaching this since 2018, and I'm going in and with it. All the laws to me, they don't pertain to me at all. Okay. I don't. They are all made there to keep you in illusion. And so, but right. I'm telling you about as far as when it comes to you, because I know you do something different when it comes to Austin. This is your territory, and you have a vocal of telling you what's going on with the land and the territory. You and Victor Reed and all them. Stop giving up that land, because it's a different royalty right when it comes from going from African to going to indigenous Indian. It's a totally different tax bracket.
You're right. And matter of fact, just to go and keep going on that note, we like to buy back the block at UPC. UPC is one of the sponsors, man, and and I'm a proud member of UPC. And Vincent is also. Victor, this is your expertise, I should say. You know what I'm saying? But this is one thing that you gladly preach about everywhere you go. No, no matter where you at. You want the whole world to understand the value, especially our people, of owning your own land and being able to generate wealth. Could you please speak on that for a second here and let us know how you do it, how your experiences was? Matter of fact, tell us about your first sale and flip and buy, how you got introduced to it.
So, man, like, my first purchase was in 2009. I bought a duplex. I always tell everybody to aim at a multifamily home first. And my first experience purchasing a property actually came with the use of my VA loan, because I used to be in the Army. I was in it for 12 years and 7 months. I had an uncle that retired, and one of the first things he told me to do with my new leverage was use my VA loan and purchase a multifamily property. I lived on one side, rented out the other. Basically lived for free for a very long time. And then later on down the line, when I got a lot more tech involved and a lot more know-how and deciding how far I wanted to go, I wound up becoming a short-term rental host, or, which is Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, or whatever. I converted all my properties to short-term rentals, created a different type of market in the area where I live, and in a place that didn't have like anything like that before. I've wholesale property where you sell the contract of assignment on a property that's due to be purchased by somebody else, and you just sell your equitable value to it. That's a whole nother topic to discuss. And, I'm saying? Like, I got some other guys that I would definitely bring in, what I'm saying?
So if I want to get involved in the real estate and flipping houses and turning up and getting my money, what I'm saying, money. Say, man, how much money do I gotta have to come in, bro? Show me something. I'm trying to get some bread.
Oh man, like, so first thing you got to do is just put a number on it first. You know what I'm saying? So we can always work percentages and everything else on equity, but like, generally speaking, if you're looking for a cheap way to get in the game and you actually like want to flip a house, I'd rather use an actual experience. You know what I'm saying? So a cheap way to get in the game is like, okay, let's say if you find a house, let me just use round numbers, right? Somebody's got a house that's beat up, run down, whatever, right? And the house is, let's just use East Austin. Y'all find one of the properties down there for like $60,000. Like, look at that feeling right there. See, you already know.
See how I shook my head like that? Like, no, bro. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Don't
Hey,
stop giving away our land like that.
hey,
That's how they
exactly.
got us, bro.
So
Oh, you
that
said
now,
East Austin.
yeah, now East Austin went from the trap that people walking around there with flip flops on, eating snow cones in broad daylight in the same spots where the police used to pull up on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But how it works is this. So, like, let's say if you live in a rundown community, and let's just use Austin as a great example. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that came in and bought the old homes in Austin didn't spend any money that the people that live in the community couldn't put together. You know what I'm
At
saying?
all.
So it'll take Regis to tell it too, because he had a property that he got down there and sold it at a crazy dollar amount. And I think when he got the house, it was like 60 grand or something like that. And he resold it for almost double or something like that, which is sound pretty good in the short term, right? But like in that same area, that house that he sold, like I can't remember the dates and time, it's now worth $738,000.
Yeah, so that's how they got
10
our
times.
people.
Yeah.
That's how they got our people.
Now, let me add on to that. As far as like our people are concerned, and when it comes down to real estate and the land, you know what I'm saying, and maintain the territory, because I treat real estate investment like the dirt, and you cannot win the fight unless you own the dirt. You know what I'm saying? You can't control the fight if you don't seize the territory. The territory in this fight that we live in is real estate. You know what I'm saying? So if you give your land away, you're basically loading your oppressor's weapon for them and telling them to point it back at you. You know what I'm saying? So like you sell it to them, they raise the price and they kick you out. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't have a problem with gentrification unless we participate in it. You know what I'm saying? Because like the word gentrification has become like that language where it's like, oh, white people done bought everything that black people own. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But real
It
talk,
worked both ways.
but black people need to participate in gentrification also, so we can create some leverage elsewhere. So but to your point, getting in, hey, it just depends on what the market is in that area at the time.
Already. Well, you know, one thing
So
I know
wait, Cluren. See, he mentioned something. So he mentioned that, like how he said that our people can't, how they're giving away the stuff, right? So if they're not told what the value of this land and who they really are, how can they not, like, they're giving away? They have been brainwashed to think that Africa was everything. But again, in the Bible that they close to their hip, it tells them the land of milk and honey. And when you say the land of milk and honey, that's the United States. They come over here for a reason, right? So now it's like you been completely brainwashed. They got you struggling in your own shit. You giving up your own shit because you don't know what it is, because you over there thinking Wakanda is the shit when Wakanda ain't nothing compared to what's the United States. So my thing is like, it's like we have to reteach our people. If people gonna sit there and be at them property things, you need to sit there and be telling them people what they giving up. And if our people don't know what they giving up, then they gonna sit there and sell out for everything. That's how we continue to be a product of the system.
Right. We
because we don't know our education of where we come from.
Sold out a lot. We didn't sold out a lot. And one thing is you're totally right. We have sold out a lot. And I hate that about us, man. We so quick to sell out instead of preserve, right? So my next question is what some self-help tips that we could use to get started, where we can go? Matter of fact, what is your position in the Urban Power Connection anyway?
Okay, so I'm the VP of operations up here in the Cluren area. And part of that is doing like community outreach, creating a vocal conversation and a dialogue like we got right now. And it needs to come from, you know what I'm saying, a credible spot, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And based on the fact that, you know, like you and I have talked before on extensive basis about everything, right? Like you and I represent two sides of the coin of 1 foot in the street and 1 foot out. And a lot of people don't recognize this about vets. We was almost you. You see what I'm saying? I almost had a resume like yours, you know, and you almost had a resume like mine. But like one thing we got to recognize in this country as Black people, number one, you're in a fight. That's the first thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to speak more to what LaRasha was just saying about people not knowing the value of the land that they own. I'm not catering to that bullshit anymore because it's too much internet out here to choose to be ignorant. Okay. If you can go online and look up what Jada Pinkett ate the last 2 weeks, it's not my responsibility to teach you how much your house worth if you rent and you fucking off in the neighborhood anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of so for me, I look at it like, if you don't make an individual decision about where you want your family to be in the future, there's a whole lot of things I can't talk to you about. You see what I'm saying? If you can't make a decision about putting your legacy in the forefront about how your name gonna get remembered, there's a lot of things about real estate I can't expect you to understand. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Because
I'm not
it
giving.
was
Hold
you,
on,
they
let me
can't.
finish. Let me hold
How
on.
do
Let
you
me finish.
expect? But see,
Let me finish.
that's where you
Let me
also
finish.
taking part of.
Please, let me finish. I'm not done. Okay. What I'm saying is that people make choices every day to be as ignorant as they want to be.
Yeah.
Because just like people will click on YouTube and go find their favorite artists and who they want to look at, talk to, be like, put, you know what I'm saying, whatever kind of hairstyle, what kind of style of dress they want to have, where they choose to associate what their money is valued on. That's not my responsibility
But what's some
completely.
self-help tips
But
that people can use? What are some self-help tips that you use that can help us get into the habit of saving money, building wealth? What are some of the tools you use? What's some self-help tools? Something that we ain't got to look on the internet to find.
The self-help tools I use, I would just go back and look at videos of redlining. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and look at videos of redlining, it'll show you when black veterans came back from World War II with plenty enough money to go move into affluent white communities, and they wouldn't let them move in based on their race. You know what I'm saying? So if you understood what redlining is, it really does just narrow the box where they tell black people you're going to stay here and based on your income. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason I have the stance that I have is that we've all been privy to the same information. We've all known somebody in our community that has had some sort of restriction. And I'm only speaking for my journey. I can't come in, I can't speak to who the people you know what I'm saying? But I've been talking to the same community. My community up here gets it. You know what I'm saying? They recognize that we in a fight. And so like,
so LaRasha, what you shaking your head up there for? I see you
He
shaking
can't
your head.
say.
But go on, say
Okay,
what you got to
so
say. Get
the
off your
fact,
chest,
okay,
girl.
the only reason why I'm saying I'm shaking my head, like I told you, I chose instead of me going out in the community and pushing community and staying local, I chose to go on a platform of YouTube where I knew back in 2018, like he said, when our people was more on the petty energy and they was worried about the celebrities and all that stuff. I chose to go another way and educating myself. Like he said, there's free will. But on top of that, there's so much more that keeps our people down-minded that it does not allow our people to even grasp this education that these people gave them that was not originally our education. You got to remember that. So these people are not going to sit there and take time when they are educated to go out there and get these hoes, these bitches, and pull the fastest lick. They ain't worried about property and stuff. So you saying take accountability, but what I'm saying is you saying take accountability. You already have that background of that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's a different way of you already in that door. You're in a different platform than what Cluren is doing. He can't go do what you can with the land and educate them people and make sure that they understand the terminology. That's where somebody that's like y'all that have to step up for that. That's how you build.
That's what's going on too.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just to touch on that, what you said, that's what's going on. What I see, and that's why I got him on here. Because that's what he's doing. He's going around and he's educating people and getting them on to not just flipping houses, not just that, but actually being able to benefit from having a quality life. Do you guys have any intuition on the mental health stance? What about mental health? What do you think? Is mental health playing a major role in our community when it comes to ability to have quality life? I feel as if me personally, mental health is a big thing, not just in my life, but in other people's life. And I say that because I recognize my mental health and my ability to be healthy, I think that my awareness helps me point out other mental health people. And so what do you guys think about mental health? What is the toll of mental health in your life? Like, where do you set it up at? Like, is it something that you think about all the time? Are you working on it? Do you think it playing a problem in our community? I think mental health is playing a role in everything. The rappers, everything. I think they're all mental health issues. And so I just like to have you guys input on that, because this is something that we talk about on the show. We also talk about eating healthy. We also talk about living long. And you got to eat right to live long. And so
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad
well,
you
then
talked about eat right.
give me your take on
So
mental healthy.
again, you saying eat right, right? So
Yes.
y'all both, I want to just say, hear y'all say yes or nay, because I see how, Vincent, I don't know your age range. As for me, I'm getting ready to be 40 next year. So Cluren is a little bit younger than me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I went to church, I remember in the Bible, they told us not to eat things that had hooves and bottom feeders. And then when they created the New Testament, they told them you could eat it and pray over it. Okay. So you remember the Bible.
If I'm starving, I got the right to eat whatever. Eat what you kill.
But you
Kill
gotta
what you
remember,
eat.
so
I
you
don't give a
said
damn.
that you
When you
said
get
that you Indian,
hungry,
right?
that's why
that,
it was in the Bible like that, because them fools was hungry. And everybody
no,
ain't got time to play them games when there's
but
hunger pains. So you ain't been hungry before. See, you
but
ain't been
this is
hungry.
how
That's
they
how
got
that
our
is.
people though.
When you
We eating the
hungry,
pork.
you will eat anything and damn near anybody if you hungry enough. So therefore, I'm pretty sure the people that prayed over that pig was hungry and they needed some type of meat. And just like the rest of them people that were following Moses in the desert, they cussed Moses out because he wouldn't give them no meat.
That is
So
not
man,
how that
okay,
went,
you done
Corinne.
brought us out here to kill us in this desert. Now let's walk a fork.
I lost him. I lost his
Yeah, I
audio.
lost him too. He over there talking crazy.
Yeah, he going through it too. Like he gonna get it all out.
He don't like the fact that I said you got to take out the hooves.
Well,
the hooves is the pork. Our
well,
people, the pork is bad for our people. That's the reason why.
I ain't say
That's
it
the
wasn't.
first thing that take our people
I
down.
ain't say it was. All I'm saying is I ain't saying that I eats the pork and stuff all the time. All I'm saying is, sometimes, it's all right depending on the situation. If you super hungry, I don't think nobody is gonna argue with you for eating whatever is available.
But you asked a question. You said what to do to get on this healthy trip. So remember when you first met me, I was 263 pounds. I'm
Right.
183 now. So what I
Already.
did was when I went to my spiritual, when they got me going in my spiritual thing, I removed myself. When I found out that pork was what pork is another race.
Yeah. All right. You right. I ain't knocking you. I ain't knocking you.
So that
But
you're not supposed
I
to be
agree with
eating
you.
it. And then the bottom feeders, as far as when it comes to crab, shrimp, lobster, crawfish, catfish, all that is tied to Atlantis. So again, if you're Egypt, you are what? Atlantis, baby. So you eating your own what?
Boo-boo.
You eating your own kind, because that is remember, you're eating your own kind. You're eating your own kind.
No, you're
that's
right.
The reason why they gave it to you, because they didn't know who you were. It's in the Bible. That's the reason why remember, the Bible is made up off of the Malta laws, which is if you were Pharaoh, which is the Malta laws, which is the where the 10 Commandments came off of the Malta laws. They have 44 Malta laws, right?
Well, then
42 Malta laws.
Tell me this then. What do you eat healthy that you suggest other people should eat? Because for somebody to look so amazing now and go through that type of journey, and maybe I suggest you might be still on that journey.
Yep, I don't eat pork. I ain't eat pork in over 6 years.
Well, what do you eat?
It's been a while.
Because I'm getting offended about my pork. I like pork chops. We're not about to keep going talking down on
I'm
no
putting
pork
bacon on my burger.
on
I
this
don't
show.
care what's popping.
I need to know what you
straight
do
up.
eat, though. I need to know what you do eat, though.
I'm wrapping bacon around shrimp, asparagus. Bacon is getting on something. I might tie it in a boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Hey,
But we
I
gotta
They
talk
put
healthy
bacon on.
food though.
See,
We gotta
this
talk.
is where they got
We gotta
me.
talk
So
healthy
y'all know
food.
that
That's all I'm
gummy
at.
worms. Y'all know that gummy worms is bacon, right?
No, I didn't know that.
no, I don't eat
So
gummy
you know that
worms.
that
I get the
saying that
real
they say
bacon.
give it. It's like giving kids candy. So
I ain't
this is
never
the reason
put.
why they have Halloween and stuff. So bacon, gummy worms, and all that stuff that y'all eat is the back of pig fat.
So can we give
Okay.
out bacon for Halloween?
You're not
Yeah,
supposed to be
might
eating
well.
that stuff.
I'd say give it out.
Well,
It
I
makes
tell
you
you this.
cannibals.
We
Okay, so
don't.
like for real, let's think about it for real. So if Cluren, you just agreed earlier with me, if it's another species, right? So if you're eating that other species, it's making you already become a cannibal for that other species. You
Yeah,
are already at war with them people already, and then you're eating them.
yeah. You're right though. And the
So
truth
if
is,
you go more off of a 3D reality and you go on your spiritual warfare that they told your ass not to pay attention to because they got you in the matrix of religion. So you over there losing all types of battles. Do you see what
yeah,
I'm
you're
saying?
right. And that's why I say we like to, eat. No, all jokes aside, we gotta stop eating that junk food, the pig, all that stuff, man. We gotta get rid of that crap, so that we can be prepared for what's going on. Because I don't see things getting no better. Not that
Never
that's just
will.
my opinion. You know what I'm
We in a
saying?
Never.
dome.
And
It ain't
so
gonna get better.
we have to have the longevity also in there.
We in a fight.
And then we also have to get ready to start learning science and technology. Now, both of you guys are smart people. What are some of the new science and technology that is going on that has caught your eyes that you may have noticed that you might want to kick out there? I've seen some new little gadgets and stuff coming out and stuff like that. I'm not just stuck on every new iPhone, but of course, they got one of those coming out. But what's some new gadgets, man? Y'all interested in some science and technology that we should be aware of coming up?
Man, for me, I ride motorcycles, so any type of 360 camera technology, I'm pretty much in, what I'm saying, like interested in. Like I bought a GoPro 360 that shoots 4K, and I traveled to from Texas to California this past June, and it gave me a lot of good views, especially when we got ready to ride back through Utah and Colorado. Shout out to Legends Zone 2, you know what I'm saying, my motorcycle club. We made a good little hump, and the 360 camera did a great job, man. I wish I had some footage right now available just so you can see it. But that's my little bit to contribute. Hey, I use tech more than I used to. I like to talk about like the practical things that I do. Like, for instance, I prepared a lease today over Google Docs, and I was able to share the document with like the person that's going to actually lease the place. Got it approved and used DocuSign. And honestly, I think if you're in business right now, if you got any contracts that you do on a regular basis, I suggest Google Docs being integrated with DocuSign is probably the most practical thing that I would recommend.
Man, the things I just had on my face, what they call again, Facebook Oculus. I don't
Yeah, I
know. Have
saw
you
that.
heard of Facebook Oculus?
Yep.
Oh, all
Hmm.
right. That's what's up, man. I gotta get. What do they do? Can you tell me what Facebook Oculus do? Virtual reality.
Yeah.
Virtual reality. Okay,
That
virtual
sounds like
reality.
something that's gonna keep your soul trapped in somewhere.
Yeah, virtual reality.
That sounds like have you ever watched this show called The Feed? It's on Amazon, and they have it's basically a show that's dedicated to people that's basically living and operating like social media apps. So like some people, they can't function unless they plugged into the feed. You see where that's going, just in even the concept of it, right? So like honestly, I kind of stay away from the virtual reality stuff with things on my eyes that kind of like distort
Yeah, because
my
you got
field of
your
view.
third eye.
Yeah, man. Like I kind of stay away from that. Like I don't know. I look at it from like I'm not a spiritually driven person. You know what I'm saying? But I respect the people that's around me that deal with the spirit world. If that makes sense.
All right.
So I
No,
don't. So I don't,
yeah, that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. So I can.
I
So
mean,
I can
men
stay in.
are more typically logical. They
Yep.
prone to logics and
I
logistics. They work better with logics and just logistics. So the more logical a male becomes, the less spiritual he becomes. The more he depends on logics, the less spiritual he comes. That's a natural thing. Spirit thing is a faith thing. It's supposed to be a courage thing. It's supposed to be something unknown. It's not supposed to be something that you figure out, right? They tell you, hey man, just have a mustard seed size of faith and you can move a mountain, right? You and logics don't tell you don't crap like that, right?
And let me tell you, hold up. Like I had to grow, and I want to specify. I want to catch that right there, because I'm not a believer of any particular faith. I feel like I've lived a life that's strong enough, and I can go in between everything, and I can recognize a plan on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I take what people give, and if it comes from a place of love, and regardless if I understand it or not, if they there for my protection, I let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I don't like to get in nobody else's lane, because I don't expect nobody else to step in my lane and tell me what I should be doing or how I should be saying it. So when I start saying something, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my version of my truth based on my personal experience. So if you notice, like every time, like if we get to something that comes to the spiritual part, I'm gonna bring it back to like, how does this help us win? Because my number one question is that, how does this help us win? Because I'm in a fight. You know what I'm saying? I've seen, so like for me, I've watched black people argue about shit that don't matter. The shape of the earth. You know what I'm saying? 5G, fucking coronavirus, and thinking that technology plays a role in all of that stuff, right? But none of that shit stops the police from shooting us. So I'm not concerned with none of that. I ain't saying it ain't important, but I got somebody else that's supposed to be over there working on that part. If they want to deal with that in the spiritual realm,
you the type person that kind of like, you like to focus on things that actually matter, basically.
I
right?
focus on what I can kill with my own resources.
All right, that's over. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
If
So
you at my house, though, at my auntie house, you know you gonna walk in the door, right?
I'm gonna be quiet.
You gonna hear, you used to walk and talk with Jesus. Every day I used to work with the way, yeah. They gonna be saying it there. As soon as they hear you say something about you don't believe in it, it's going down.
Fam,
It's going down.
I'm not gonna even say nothing like that. No. I'm gonna assimilate. No,
we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
I'm gonna assimilate to the culture because I respect the culture that raised me. You see what I'm saying? It's just different stages of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it's always been different stages.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
So my next question is both of you guys here, since you both on, do you guys dibble in stocks and bonds? Do you have any interest? Have you put anything in stocks and bonds? That's one of the portion of the show that I like to get out there. Do you have any suggestions? I tell everybody right now, I started with Apple, Facebook, Intel, and Walmart. I always go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I got everything Apple, so it was all no-brainers. You can start dibbling in stocks and bonds on your Cash App. Different little app that you already have it there. They give you a couple of dollars, right, to start and go ahead. Is there any stock or bond that you guys have built interest in, or should we look out for?
Go ahead, LaRasha.
I haven't done with stocks and bonds since I left the corporation business. And I've ventured off doing my own thing. I haven't even tapped into trying to even get back into it.
Well, I know one thing. I'm using it as a great saving tool because it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to just, it'll generate something. It's better just than leaving it in my savings in my bank.
It does. Because I cashed mine out when I left my jobs. I sure did.
I already know. We also we had some news in the boxing world this week too, man. We gonna miss you, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is retiring. I don't know if y'all like Manny Pacquiao and Pac-Man, man, but he's gone. I wanted to see him fight Spencer. I hate Spence, and Manny didn't get the fight, but Manny is retired. There'll be some more fights coming in. We got the heavyweight fight coming up with Wilder and Fury coming up also. But I love boxing, so I always got to give my shout out to to my boxing world and everything going on. I actually have an event coming up in Austin soon that I would like all you guys a part of, and it'll be a gloves up, guns down event. It'll be stop the violence event, man. We got some nice people who are from Killeen. Like I say, I've been working back and forth from Austin to Killeen, and so we're gonna bring it to Austin, then we'll bring it back to Killeen and a few more places. So if you want to get involved, let me know, man. We'll get you involved. And so we can give back to the community and kind of like put a voice and a face around the killing and the senseless murders between our black young boys and little girls. I'm looking at the news and I'm seeing one of the youngsters who killed this 20-year-old girl by Reagan Hills this couple weeks ago, and I know the youngster, and his brother was shot by police, and so now he's wanted for a murder on a 20-year-old woman. And I'm like, man, that's it's crazy. It's getting real bad out here, man. Every time I look up, man, somebody is shooting somebody else, man, for no reason, basically, man. That's what it looks.
I have a question, right? What do y'all think that is the cause to be having these kids or these people to react and killing these people like this?
Them $2 drugs. $2 drugs. $2 drugs got everybody going crazy. $2. $2 to get you knocked off. That quick, man. I think it's the dope. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's the dope. I think a lot of these youngsters don't know they dope fiends. So I'm here to tell you a dope fiend, man. Straight up dope fiend. And you got to go get you some help. And your people need to get you some help. And if they dope fiends with you, y'all can both go get y'all some help. But somebody need to get some help because the drugs got these people tripping. They in their emotions all the time. They entitled. They feel entitled all the time. And and then when you don't got control over your five senses and you're allowing yourself to listen to so much or look at so much garbage, listen to so much garbage, eat so much garbage, be around so much garbage, you eventually wind up being a part of that garbage. And that's just how that goes. That's just the balance of life. So, you got to give yourself a break. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, that's my next topic, actually making time to heal. You got to give yourself a break. You got to give yourself a chance to heal from a lot of stuff you go through. I've been laying people left to right the ground. I'm talking about close family members, friends, growing up 20, 30 years together. And I've been laying them down in the grave left and right. And I haven't had a time to heal. So I've been very aggressive. I've been very panicky, or my anxiety has got up, and I've been having to take time to say, hey man, I gotta cut this stuff off. I gotta cut it off. I gotta get away from everybody because I need time to grieve. I need time to heal. I need time to revisit some things, and I think everybody has to understand that is very important in our life. And while we're fighting for a quality life, we have to start making time to heal. Matter of fact, LaRasha, how do you feel about doing a reading today?
You want me to put the other? Bro. So what? Let me say this. I did. Okay. So as far as I noticed Vincent, when you first start coming on, right? When you first came out, I wrote something down that you said. You said we missed the messages, not liking the delivery when you come to music, right? And lyrics, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. So off of you saying that, right? Music, what these white folks know is music is a form, and that's the reason why they use the entertainment business so much as a pawn, and they use all the celebrities so much as a pawn, because they know that anything that produces a tone is a sound of a way that you can give a message to help a person react away, right? And have a trigger moment. So a lot of them, like you told you, when you go through your spiritual awakening, you start listening to music a totally different way, regardless of how many times you listen to that song. You could heard that song 10 times and you still going to catch a word. Are you going to see and look and view at that song or whatever that lyric is at whatever's going on in your life at that point in time, right? So when you said that, when I do my readings, I use the way that I get messages is in the form of music as well. It's something that's called clairaudience. So it's like your sixth senses is which is your third eye. We were talking about your eyes, your crown, your ears, your belly button, all the way to the bottom of your feet. Again, you're Indian. You're not African. So if you know Indians, off of everything that they tell you, Indians was dancing barefooted and walking barefooted. So that whole thing that they tell you, you pushing footprints on the soil, is connecting you to everything. So once you connect all the way, how he was saying about spirituality, a lot of people don't know. And really, once you go outside of being religious and you really tap into remembering who you are, and you walk on that path alone, because everybody don't make it through the levels of transformations when it comes to spirituality. They don't make it through it. They go through serious suicidal thoughts. They go through getting outcast from their parents and their family members, because it's set that way. Because you got to remember, you will be a black sheep if you are somebody that's going outside of your family and doing something. So you're going to be outcasted from the people that you grew up to love. So it's like, it's really like when you watch that movie, The Matrix, your whole life is changing. Okay. And you said we have had personal conversations where you had dreams and you were like, I feel like my soul is going through some type of spiritual war that I don't understand what it's going through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so it made you really sit back and look at life a little bit different, because you have always known since you was a child that I was different than my parents. I was different than my brother. I was always wiser, regardless of what age I was. That means something when it comes to the decade that we're living in now. Our people don't understand what zodiacs is. Our people don't understand what the stars and all that stuff is, because they've been manipulated not to understand it. And when it's time for them to understand it, which is now, it's causing us to lose these spiritual wars when it comes to our spiritual and our soul and our spirit battling. And then it's putting us in this 3D reality bullshit.
Okay. So, what do you think about you being able to do a reading before we go? I want to go into my NFL picks. I'll let you get yourself ready. Ted, bring Vincent back up here. Bring Victor back on here. She gonna get ready. She gonna do us a reading before we get ready to go, man.
I probably got to turn the camera around, just so you know.
Okay, that's fine too. That's fine too. And I'm gonna get ready to get into my NFL picks of the week. You know what I'm saying? That's for you, that sleep. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. You know what I'm saying? Today we got Jacksonville and Cincinnati tonight, y'all. Cincinnati's supposed to blow these people out the water. Okay. They giving up 7.5. The over and under is 46. I'm gonna take Cincinnati and the points. I'm gonna give them points to Jacksonville, man. I'm gonna take Cincinnati over, and I'm gonna take the over on the 46. We also got this weekend Washington and Atlanta. Atlanta is going to be receiving 2.5 points, and the over and under is 47 on that. I will never ride with Washington. They are super garbage. Also, I will buck them till I die. I'm going.
Are you a Cowboys fan, Korean?
You already know it. I talk like one, but it don't matter. Okay, so Tennessee also at New York Jets. Tennessee's gonna get a Jets 7, and the Jets probably never win one game this season. So go with Tennessee and that 7. They should run over them real easy, and then go with that under on the 44. That might look like something that's gonna jump out for you. If you're a betting man and you're looking at the Cleveland Minnesota game, I'm telling you right now, be careful. Minnesota square business when they want to be. They so sometime, and you never know what kind of Viking you get out of there. You might get a Viking ready for war, or you might get a Viking sipping a pina colada, bull crapping all day. So I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to ride with Cleveland. Cleveland is the stronger team. They giving Minnesota 2. Minnesota can add them 2 points just in case they come with them pina coladas. I'm riding with them damn Cleveland Browns, man, the dog pound. We're going to roll over something over there, man. The over and under is 51.5. Indianapolis and Miami, man, them Dolphins still strong. Y'all sleeping on them Dolphins. I might buck Indianapolis because I do not like Carson Wentz. I don't care what team he play for. He is forever going to be boo-boo in my book. So I'm going to ride with Miami over the Colts, and they can have that 2.5. I'm taking Miami and over and under 4.5, 42.5 on that. Dallas and Carolina. Dallas going to be back at it again. They should be able to fight hard, man. They got a good offense. Carolina has been square business so far. They are 3-0. but Dallas is my team, so you know I'm riding with them. They giving Carolina 4 because Dallas is just that square business. They gonna get them some points and run right over them. And the over and under is 51.5, and I say they gonna go over. New York Giants and New Orleans. New Orleans finally bounced back this past week. The Giants is garbage. They ain't probably not gonna win no game this year either. And it's about 4-5 teams that probably ain't gonna win no game this year either. And Giants is one of them. And so New Orleans gonna get a Giants 7, take New Orleans and that and the under on that at 42 because they gonna also stop the Giants from ever scoring a point. They might kick a 3, and it might be something about 60-yard field goal or something again for them to get 3 points, but that's what they're going to have to do to get some points on the board. Kansas City and Philadelphia. Philadelphia trying to bounce back off Dallas. Kansas City then lost 2 in a row. This is not going to happen. I'm sorry, Philly. Whoever like y'all, they about to get thumped on, thrashed, demolished, man. Ain't no more birds, man. They about to cook them birds. Them Eagles turn them into some chickens. And Kansas City going to roll all over Philadelphia, and they going to give them 7 points and probably beat them by 21. And the over and under is 55.5 on that. So go under that 55.5 because Kansas City is still going to stop Philadelphia too. They ain't going to do too much. Houston is playing Buffalo. Houston started out with a little thunder under them, man. They were doing a little something till Tyrone Taylor went down. But Buffalo going to take care of business, man. They minus 16. Houston ain't got enough for these people, man. They rolling right now in Buffalo. Ride with Buffalo. Arizona and the LA Rams, man. I picked the LA Rams to win the NFC over my team because they are all the way suited and booted, and they got a quarterback finally, and they will beat Tom Brady again and again and again. No matter how many times they meet this year, whether y'all like it or not, Tom Brady has met his match in the NFC, man. The Rams are square business. If you don't believe me, you will see. They are playing Arizona, and they're giving Arizona 5.5. I'm going with the Rams. You can go with whoever you want to, but I'm going to take the Rams. Seattle and San Francisco, division game, division rivalry, always been a good game. I'm riding with Seattle on this. San Francisco showed me last week after they let Green Bay come back and win in 30 seconds that they ain't bad nothing either. And so I'm riding with Seattle. I'm gonna take them 2 points, 2.5 points, and I'm gonna get my money with Russell Wilson, and we're gonna do it like that. Baltimore and Denver, good game, man. Denver been square business. They 3-0 also. Baltimore is Baltimore, and they are getting 2.5. So I'm gonna go with Baltimore against Denver. I don't think Denver met a defense like this yet, and I don't think they just all the way about
Don't
that.
you know?
I
Hold
think
on.
this is their chance.
Hold on.
What?
Don't,
Hold on. What?
Don't come over here and try to take us. We 3-0 in this hole. So
Y'all 3 I mean, I know you're a Denver fan. I ain't hating. I mean,
you over there, you gonna act like
nothing.
just because I'm a woman, I was not gonna sit there and say that.
You
But I've been a tomboy all my life, boy. Don't sit there and try to talk about my team.
Say something about your team. That's why you on
Okay,
here.
okay.
Baltimore, but if you put money on it, don't go with Denver against Baltimore, people. Don't do it. You're gonna lose your money. I wouldn't tell nobody working Sonic take their check and put it on Denver. You ain't gonna put your last check on your damn Denver Broncos against Baltimore. So don't start telling everybody what to do when you ain't putting your check on it. I'm talking to the people who gonna probably put half of that check. If you don't use half of that check on this gambling this week on this football team, you bet not put it on the Broncos or you're going on broke. Now, we're going down to Pittsburgh and Green Bay. This could probably be an even game. I don't know how Green Bay giving somebody 7 points when they can't beat nobody. But, oh well, I'm going to take Pittsburgh in the 7 since they getting all them points. And we're going to go over 45 with the Pittsburgh and Green Bay game. Tampa Bay and New England. Brady will be back in New England finally. It's the return of Brady, and all that old crap they got going on yelling. But it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a better game than what people think. When New England got a tough defense, if they can get their quarterback clicking, man, I think they can be all right football team. And one thing we always know about the NFL is any given Sunday. But Tampa Bay should take care of business, thrash these people, beat them by 20 points, even though Gronk is out. They should cover the 6.5. Okay, so we're gonna take Tampa Bay over New England, and then you'll end with your Monday night game with Las Vegas and the Chargers, which should be a thunder, man. With them boats going in there to LA, man. LA, man. I'm loving it. Them my picks, not Boom, not Shannon, not Smith's, not these my picks. So if you don't like the picks, you ain't got to be chipping with me about it. Just don't take the picks. But I hits, boy. I said it again, I whoop your head, boy. You know why I
You can't
will.
be
I
talking
whoop
about
your head,
people
boy.
team like that.
You know
You
why I
supposed to be.
will. So yeah, before we get out there, Rashi, are you ready? Can we get alive? You know,
Okay,
special.
so how do you want to do this? So let me tell you what we got a lot going on. So the community that I'm a part of, the tarot community, is big right now on YouTube. A lot of people have made a decision and it's part of their purpose to take part of this, right? So we have been something as far as our community has been outcast to take, to not do this. So we all a lot of readers came up with something called an index box, right? So we took index cards, and as readers, we took names and put names on index cards. The way that I started mine on my channel, as far as creating my treasure box, I started with 100 common last name. I got on Google and I Googled 100 common last names. So whatever the 100 common last names was, I put them in there, right? Then I went from 100 common male names and then 100 common girl names. That's 300 names already. Out. What I did after that, from the time that I was born until who I am now, if I met anybody with the same name more than twice, their name went in there regardless of how it was spelled. I took the most common way of that name being spelled and I put it in the box. Okay. On top of that is different messages, it's different things as far as words and stuff that we have created, right? So a lot of people are getting where your name is falling out the box. Like I told you, your name fell out the box where it said Cluren and Lee. I think it was even during a Leo reading. There's been a couple of times that I sent you a lot of my Leo readings to help you in your situation and what you was going on, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So your name came out, Cluren came out, and it had like unfinished business and all this other stuff. So I was like, okay, what is the unfinished business that me and Cluren possibly could have? Is the Pharaoh stuff. Remember how we were supposed to be going, and I told you how the marching and all that was putting us in that, and then also me helping you with your spiritual awakening as far as you being your Pharaoh. So I'm actually glad that I'm honored that you got me doing this, because I really hope that this pushes you to another, part of your awakening when it comes to this, because now things are changing. Right. Yeah. And if you are this Pharaoh that you claim that you've been announcing that you are, then you know that it's going to take you somewhere totally different than what me and you we talked about years ago. Right. Yeah. So, and then the fact that information is coming out about us being Egypt, then that changes everything. And it makes everything that those conversations that me and you have more personal, because now you're seeing, okay, what's going to happen now? Yeah. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's just everything is aligning. Just know that. So what I'm using right now, I'm using a deck that a lady called Holy Water, which she is a Black painter, and she created her own deck off of her own illustrations of and then made her own tarot decks off of this. I also have created my own tarot deck that I'm going to be using too. So I created, remember when we first started off of this and you was doing your book and I said I was going to make my deck? I did finally come out and make my deck.
All right.
It's called A Deck Just For Me. And it's a 78 deck of colors of different things that's been going on that I have been coming, as far as tarot, what the situations that we come across as far as being a divine feminine and a divine masculine. Right. And a divine masculine could be anybody that is like a pharaoh, a god, a royalty bloodline, or they can have another counterpart that's like a twin flame, a twin ray, a divine partner, a life partner, a divine soulmate. So Hancock, you know the movie Hancock?
I'm ready.
You know the movie Hancock, right?
Yeah, I know Hancock.
Okay. So off of the movie Hancock, it was like they had old souls, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So let's get started. So let's see what's going on with your old soul, Korean. Okay, so you got elements eliminated, endings,
All right, here we go, y'all.
Regulate the situation. Emotions, don't you move. Let them come to you. Emotions, regulate the situation, and self-employed. Rags to riches. What was we just talking about, right? So with the lessons that I have learned with you just coming, you have been regulating the situation when it comes to what it is that you want to do when it comes to your career, right? You went from being, you know, a rapper to being a barber to being, so you could say to writing your own book. You have had all these different things when it comes to being an entrepreneur, self-employed, right? So even though it has been something that possibly has been something that has been emotional, where it causes you, okay, what am I going to do? How I'm going to bring the money into this situation? Who's going to help me? Who's going to come in? It has been an emotional roller coaster when it comes to just being who you need to be as being that entrepreneur, being by yourself and not working underneath anybody. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So while you regulating the situation, you not knowing that you over here, this is a process as far as when you being on your spiritual journey, it's a process of elimination. Eliminating the old you and allowing the new you to come to surface. Regardless of where you going when it comes to eliminating that old habits of that old Cluren, you know, letting people not know that you really not Jinx and you over here trying to be, you know, you putting on your grown man boss and top, your suit and top. You ain't doing the same baggy jeans and all that stuff anymore. You're wanting them to change. So it's like it's a major transformation within yourself, a personal growth within yourself, right? On top of that, while you know that you're going to this entrepreneur, you stepping into your pharaoh phase, you have had people that have tested you.
Yeah.
This is the only reason why these two cards will come out. When it says, don't you move, let them come to you and regulate the situation. Okay. This could also happen in your place of unemployment. Somebody could have tried to test you on your job or something like that. And this could have been something that was passed, or it could be something that's getting ready to happen now. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
So just be prepared because somebody's going to test you. They're going to try to test you. Because you got this rags to riches and you have this material forces. So make sure you whatever new contracts that you have that's coming your way, make sure that you read over those contracts and it's in the best of your interest and not in these company or these other business partners that's over here trying to come to you. Because you got to remember, you are a pharaoh, so you are in the process of eliminating the old you and you reclaiming your throne. Yeah. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of gossip that's possibly going to come out that you're going to have to overcome again, because it's typically, like I told you, it's going to be somebody that you had a problem with in the past. Somebody you had a problem with the past is getting ready to resurface while you in this leveling up, and this person possibly didn't want to take responsibility for their actions, and they possibly properly planned a lot of your downfalls when it comes to your success. So it's somebody that's getting ready to come back.
Oh shit.
Just so you know. Cause look, here go. You right here as this Leo energy right here. Choosing self and personal power. You choosing yourself, personal power. So here goes Taurus energy. So these are the zodiacs I'm going to tell you that I see. I see you as this Leo. Here goes Taurus. Elements eliminated is Scorpio. And then you have Cancer here. So if you have any of those zodiacs that's in your sign that's around you right now, or possibly that was in the past, that could have been said a lot of he say, she say, that could have also caused conflict with your job, that person is coming back.
What about the Cancers?
Whoever this Cancer is, do you know a Cancer?
Yeah, I know a lot of Cancers.
Okay, well then that whoever the first person that came to mind when I said those signs are typically the one that's getting ready to come. It's Mercury retrograde. So let me explain to you what Mercury retrograde is. Mercury retrograde happens 3 times a year. It's where they use the pyramid energy and reverses it when it comes to our emotions. They use Mercury. Mercury is ruled by Gemini. So remember, Gemini is like when it comes to their zodiac, it stands for like the good side, the bad side, the dark side, the shadow side. So if these people have blocked emotions and they on these drugs and all this stuff, and when they whip that pyramid energy, it's going to negatively affect them in the wrong way. It also brings back your past exes. So anybody from your past that could be an ex that's trying to block you from this rag to riches, because remember, you're supposed to be going to this leveling up.
Yeah.
So somebody getting ready to come in and test you.
I guess so. I'm be waiting for him.
Okay, just so you know that. Just so you know that part of this, right? So let me get this other deck. I want to get this other deck. I'm gonna see, because you are on a way to, like, you've been taking responsibility and taking accountability for all that you can take. Like, let's say if you did any wrong in your past, right? And if it was anything that was stopping and hindering you from being that Leo or that stepping in your personal power the way that you meant to step in your personal power, you've been taking you've been taking responsibility for your actions the best way possible, right? You can't go back and change anything that happens, regardless if it happened to your family member, your friend, a loved one, or anything, right? Yes. You can't allow anything that happened in the past to block you from wherever you meant to go on this leveling up rags to riches part, right? And when we first met each other, that was one thing that you had, was a lot of blocked emotions because of what happened to your past, your lover, right? So that was one of the biggest battles that you had to overcome. And then you was taking responsibility for some of the things that you couldn't take responsibility from, and it stopped you from being that lion that you were meant to be. Okay. So now you are in this process of also, like, you are also healing your soul. You're healing your soul from everything that you've been damaged from your childhood and even past life stuff, because again, you are a pharaoh and you don't even know what's going on. So you healing past life stuff it's the same cycle that we go through now. So for example, let me say this. Your pharaoh name is, so who, as far as who you as being a pharaoh, is Amen Otep. That's how you, Amen Otep 3, right? Amen Otep 3, he became a pharaoh and became crowned at the age of 12. He lost his daddy at the age of 12. While we was in here sinking and doing all this stuff, and everything was happening with the live, in your song, you mentioned that you started selling crack when you was 12.
Yeah, I did.
So again, it's the same cycles that they got you as a pharaoh living every lifetime until you wake up and remember who you are and take back control and be that, not being that cowardly lion or that courage the cowardly dog, and being Simba reclaiming your throne. So again, like he said, you missed we tend to miss the messages because we don't like the lyrics. You created a whole lyrics off of something that happened to you when you was a pharaoh. You see how deep that is?
Yeah.
You just sit there and talked about your dad and all that stuff, and I'm sitting here telling you that go back and start paying attention to your story as who you was as a pharaoh, since you're speaking that now, so you can rekindle that flame with that pharaoh that's been waiting to wake up.
Yeah, that's what I need to do too, ASAP.
And then you got, again, remember, Free Prickle, your brother, they got you still working with the government. As that pharaoh, you was working with the government and religion. That was your background. So you was all in this politician thing. They still got you in that now.
Yeah. Wow, man. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.
Like I said, the game is on them when you sit there and you realize and you take back your power. You move in a totally different energy. And then you understand exactly what you worked so hard to reclaim. Look, the Hierophant. Nipsey.
Yeah.
You got Nipsey coming out twice on 2 different decks.
Wow.
And then it says heal. So I told you getting ready to heal. You got another money opportunity that's getting ready to come to you.
Wow.
But you're getting ready to go through some trials and tribulations with whoever this Cancer is, or this Scorpio, or whoever this is. Look, the Emperor. That's where you trying to be. Reclaiming your title.
Mm-hmm.
Dreads and all. Look. You grew all this stuff for a reason. Codependencies, letting go of codependencies. Been fighting that.
Yeah. Right.
You a king. You hear the music in the background. The song that's on right now is Believe in Me by Lil Wayne. Nigga, I'm a king.
Man. That's what's up.
So
That
I'm
time.
gonna end it here. You already know what you need to do. You know what you need to do.
You let me know what I need to do again right now. You know what I'm saying?
So,
But
wait, let me get the basket. So I'm gonna see what I can get with the basket and see what's gonna pull out to see what.
Pull out the basket then. Let's see what's in the basket.
So what I do with this basket, I get the cards. They're not in any order. I go like this, and whatever falls out, I take, right? And if whatever names, if these are any people that you know, or if your name fall out, then you know it's divine timing. If it's anything that's going on with your situation, with me closing my eyes and me pulling these cards out, that means something big for you. Just know that.
Woo. Come on with it then. Let me
so let's go. Let's see what we got. Love how you handle your business. We just said you was a motherfucking emperor. Didn't we say that?
Yes.
You over there, you boss hustling, and you over here leveling up. Look at you.
Oh, shit.
Someone is ghetto as fuck. But you ghetto as fuck, but guess what? You handle your business. Don't take the hood up out of you. Don't take the hood up out of you. You hear me?
Yeah, that's right.
Out of you. Upset that no one can match your sex drive. So this is getting a little bit personal now, okay? So you do got this rekindle the flame. So you possibly do got somebody that's over here like, okay, well, shit, you know, I left him for so-and-so and da-da-da-da-da-da. But obviously whoever this woman is and whoever she's sleeping with, they can't match your sex drive.
Oh, snap.
Do you know somebody named Nisi?
Nisi?
Look at the name.
Nisi.
Oh. If you got Eddie in your circle, if you got somebody named Eddie in your circle, pay attention.
All right.
Your spiritual teacher is doing magic on you. Who is your spiritual teacher?
You.
The fuck not. Who else have you went to for spiritual advice?
Remember I told you about this other lady earlier?
Yes, you did. That's why I'm making you remember.
Yeah, but I didn't go to her for advice. She came to me.
Look, but remember I told you that there's moles that set up to stop you from doing what you're doing. So whoever that lady was, if you can't remember who she was, you need to pay attention. That shit happened to me too. That's why you got to be careful as being a pharaoh.
Okay.
That's why I said, remember you told me you went to that other lady just came out the blue.
Yeah, she came out the blue and started reading me, man.
Look.
What's that?
The card that is saying. Somebody named Deborah. I'm scared of your reaction. So somebody is scared of your reaction. Last name Ramirez. If you know any of these last names, first names, they're telling you to pay attention to these people.
Ramirez.
My mother told me to leave you. So that's personal. So if your mama told you to leave, whatever female, this coming out. Did your mama ever tell you to leave a female?
No.
Look, you over there not saying nothing.
No.
Look, you over there quiet. Look at him.
No. You ain't told me nothing.
Somebody named Herbert. If you know a Herbert.
Herbert.
Tyrone.
What the fuck is Herbert? Yeah, I know Tyrone, but I don't know Herbert.
Last name Nickerson.
Nickerson. Okay, there's some shit going on. I got a lot of people.
You better pay attention.
I'm paying attention. Nickerson.
Mia.
Oh,
Mia.
I know Mia.
Somebody named Alice.
Alex.
Alice, like Alice in the Wonderland.
Oh, Alice. Okay. Daryl.
One of you are the real twin and been lied to. So you got okay. So you are on a twin flame journey, Cluren. So listen, I'm finna tell you. So whoever these, it's gonna be 3 women that's supposed to present themselves to you from now until Scorpio. So you got Scorpio here. So you got Scorpio. So they're gonna show up in Scorpio season 2. So whoever out of these 3 women, one of these is your twin flames.
Oh yeah. What's they 3 names again? So I can be looking at them.
I don't know what the 3 names is.
I know.
Shut up, boy. You know who you talking about. You said that Cancer. Whoever this Cancer is, that Cancer a woman?
Yeah, I know some Cancers. They out. My mom is a Cancer, actually.
Oh, my mother told me to leave you. Freddie, somebody named Freddie. This is not a coincidence. Look at this shit.
Not a coincidence.
And you know what song is on in the background?
What?
On Me by Little Baby.
On Me by Little Baby, yeah.
Something Divine Feminine said is replaying in Divine Masculine's head. So there's something that a woman said to you. One is replaying in your head. So sit back and don't say anything.
Sit back and don't say nothing.
Yeah. So, okay, you got these women that's getting ready to come to you during Scorpio season. And one of them is going to be your real twin, and one of them is going to be a false.
I got to get ready then. That's what that means. I got to get myself together.
Yeah, because you're transforming into this emperor. So again, a king has to have a queen.
Well, that do make sense. Well, thank you so much. I hope everybody out here watching, man, they got to see you work your jelly. I know what you do is very meaningful, especially when it's coming to try to help awaken our people. You've been doing it for me on and off for some years now, so I appreciate the energy. I appreciate your time. We about to get ready to run up out of here, but before I leave, I always got some words of encouragement and some things I want to tell people that I use for myself. One of my phrases I'm gonna use today is gonna be a simple one. I got out the Bible, and it's poetry basically, and so it's all poetry, and that's for people to quit looking for the specks in other people's eyes until you remove the log out of yours. And so, also, I want you to stay focused. Simple. Just stay focused. That's the message, man. No matter what you're going through, no matter the situation, how hard it may be for you, find a way to get some peace, get some time to think, and redirect that energy into staying focused. You got a long way to go. You still got plenty of things to do. I appreciate you guys for spending some time with me. We'll be back next Thursday at the same time, and we'll have more guests. I'll probably be able to get LaRasha back on here depending on our schedule. But
I'll come back because we gotta now we gotta talk about the spiritual teacher. So when you done, make sure you call me so I can tell you what you need to do and help block whatever she put on you.
All right, bet, because I felt like she was trying to throw something on me. She bitch slammed me all on the ground and shit. But anyway, so, that's another story. But I appreciate you for being here with me. Thank you so much.
Need to start telling your stories of what happened.
I am gonna tell my story. I'm gonna tell it next time because I told them last time, but I'm trying to get through this. And
now I'm proof to it because you told me. They was probably think you was lying.
Yeah, I know it, right. So, but thank you again. I love you so much. Appreciate you for your time. We're gonna get ready to get up off here. I see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.